Yeah. Okay. With you.
Prepare for battle.
All right. Yeah, but I think it's definitely going to be the two heroes to watch are going to Bat Rider and the Storm. If Bat Rider does well, Alliance has a chance. If Storm does well, it is not going to be good at all.
Yes,
So,
no doubt about that, Slacks. But
All
with that
right.
said, we have a game one ready to rock and roll. We've got some lovely casters. The gauntlet here for Mott and Trent. They were doing Mr. Cat this morning, and they're going right into elimination mode, baby. Here we go, Mott, baby. Take it away.
So much, guys. It is game number 1 of elimination mode here. Of course, this best of 3 Secret Alliance at OG. That's right, Trent. I've been up since 4. You've been up since like 7:30 or something. I don't know. It's been a long day. We got a good matchup on our hands.
Never gets old.
I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of these heroes. Like, I'm glad Troll's making the comeback, man. Especially after how Jabs played earlier today with Faceless. We've seen some interesting heroes for sure. We saw Sniper. We saw Troll. We saw a lot of Magnus, which I think is really interesting, but this is a completely different type of tournament.
We also saw Shadow Demon Luna, so you know what? Garbo, get that out of my face. I'm done with that for the day. Give me some of this Storm Spirit dead hero.
Go.
I haven't got to see Anna play this one in a very long time, that's for sure. I haven't seen anyone play it.
There's like 3 different healers on Alliance. You have multiple ways of getting everybody back up to full, but you have pretty much no way of dealing with this CK when it gets to late game. Jirax is playing the Pudge, so I'm pretty excited for that, but we'll see how this goes. As the laning stage gonna get situated, Jonas is gonna be TPing out. Jirax can't quite find him, and even if he did, he's only got Rot. Fly couldn't quite get there for a frostbite if he wanted it. So the defensive tri lane for now for OG, leaving of course Jonas in the off lane, having to TP back to his tier 1 tower. Anna and Limpet going toe to toe in mid.
Yeah, well, not too bad then. So, not able to get any sort of sneaky creep pulls or anything for the Bat Rider. And they're going to just throw him right to the off lane, so maybe not going to have the easiest time. Although it's true, like, they weren't able to draft any of those big counters, there is still a Pudge and a Crystal Maiden down here. So it's not like he's going to be able to just completely run over the CK. Just going to use those boots early on, just some good spacing around Jirax. Still has higher movement speed by a little bit, so he can play around the Rot, but needs to be careful not to get caught out.
Rod is so good. You were talking about it, and even just like 1 tick is enough to just bother Jonas. Although Jirax did take a lot of damage there. He's going to back up, but...
Oh, nice little play by Hanskin up top here.
Yeah,
he rotates in at the 1 minute mark and stops that stack from happening.
Yep. S4, not getting that stack up. Goes for the poor man's shield, no Iron Town like we saw earlier today from Light, from MVP. This mid matchup is probably one of the most interesting things. You see the mid necro. This hero has been played a lot in pubs. I know Andrew's been spamming it all the time. That's all he talks about. But in all seriousness, Limpy's going to be playing it mid. Handskin going...
Can you imagine being like a Storm Spirit player? Like someone's excited to, yes, elimination mode. We can last pick it. It's going to be so good. And then you get in lane versus an Undying and a Necrophos.
Then they're just
not what you were imagining.
Let me just
finally got to play Storm.
Can I get CS? Hello? Handskin just continue to decay him. He actually... can only CS when he's underneath the tower. He can't really walk up, especially considering he's only level 3 right now. He has no regen. He's used all of it at this point. So it's not fun. He's getting decayed constantly. Losing 12 strength, now 16. So it's not a great time for him. I mean, I guess you could send Jirax over to help him out, but I'm not sure. They don't really need that much help for a no-tail down bottom. They're not really contesting him. If you look at it, Jonas is just in the jungle right now. So Hanskin is just getting away with murder here. And not only that, he can kill S4. He can bring him down. Walks up here. He's just done. That's it. It's first place.
And the big creep.
It kills him. Are you kidding me? He's like, thanks.
Sing the song of death. Well said, Undying. Yeah, can't really go to the lane. One of those kind of funny interactions where, Dazzle, Axe counterpick to Dazzle because you can chop through the grave, but when you're early in the game, Axe can't really tank all the waves at risk of the Shadow Wave just coming out and annihilating you in lanes. So until the later stages, Dazzle very much a counter to Axe's early game, S4 force in the jungle, and free roam here from Hanskin. There's just no one really to punish this. His Pudge hasn't really crossed over the halfway point in our map. Been down to that safe lane, trying to maybe deal with Bat Rider, who also didn't get any stacks going for himself.
So if you're EGM, do you just stay top and you just continue to pull for your lane for Loda, or do you leave at some point and decide to go elsewhere? and help out for maybe a kill on mid.
I don't really see much point of him leaving anywhere. Like, he's not going to be able to help too much in terms of, like, the Storm Spirit. Maybe they could go for, like, a dive play or something like that.
Right.
But for now, EGM happy to get some levels for himself.
I mean, they are giving free farm to Loda. He's not only getting creeps in lane, he's also getting creeps from this Centaur camp here. They're doing a great job of not only putting pressure on mid, getting farm for Loda. The one thing they could do better, but I mean, it's not really their fault, is Jonas is just, he's got to use the jungle. He's only got level 1 Firefly, level 2 Sticky Napalm, so it's going to be a while before he gets up to snuff. Everybody from OG is on their side of the river, over down in the bottom lane, in the bottom jungle. They have to shrine up, which is good. Ana needs some help, but got his bottle now. He's getting boots next. He's level 5, so he will be able to avoid some ganks with his ball lightning once it gets to that point. But there is a smoke that has just been purchased by the Pudge for Jerax, so he might want to start roaming himself and see if they can get somebody done with Fly, perhaps.
Yeah, it's been limited resources because the way they've been just kind of choked in down here. But although Jerax and Fly, they weren't making like great adventures or anything out across the map, they did get a couple stacks saved up there for S4. So he's had an okay recovery in there, and Fly grabbing a couple creeps for himself along the way too. So heads mid. Has a ward. It is spotted by the Dire though, so they immediately pinged that one out there. Hence again, not having any sentries on right now though.
No. They won't de-ward now, but later on they could take care of that ward. You notice going back down bottom, Jerax positioning himself in such a way that he might want to go for a gank here. They even use the Reality Rift. There comes the Chaos Bolt, and that's a dead hero. Jonas gets hooked, and Jerax is able to pick up the kill. So nice setup. The great thing about CK, long duration stun if you can get it, and Reality Rift to initiate as well.
Henskin has the vision on Fly here. Knows the axe is nearby as well, so all I can really do is leech and annoy. No real chance of a kill for him.
Not anymore. Not when he's at full HP. Hanskin was gifted that first blood. Like, literally just served it up on a platter. Here you go. So, he's pretty happy. Scan coming out from the Dire, trying to determine where No Tail and Jerax are situated. That scan is actually hitting No Tail. It's not hitting where they think Jerax is, which is the free line. They think he's over here in this general area, but it's actually just No Tail in lane.
It seems to, especially the way he's posturing, but yeah.
Yeah.
As long as Pudge is here, Jonas won't be able to run over the CK. So although it kind of sucks that your Pudge isn't roaming on these lanes, if Jonas just, you know, if he makes one more mistake and gets caught, it'll be well worth Jerax's time. Either way, they're just guaranteeing farm for No Tail. He's not just getting stickied and run on over. And even Jerax will have to be a little bit careful, but No Tail's coming to help now.
So they talked about how there's the lack of control, lack of kill potential on the CK. He could just go crazy later on into the game. But for now, Alliance is actually doing a bit better in terms of CS for the troll in the top lane. Even the Necro's doing pretty well with how much they've shut Ana down. So Limp is actually, he's got his Reaper Scythe. I wonder when they're going to start getting this involved. Only boots of speed. He's got a wand. He's got an Null Talisman and a couple of raindrops as well. Hanskin has literally just been sitting mid the entire game, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he's been top except for maybe the beginning of the game at this point, Trent.
Yeah, no, he's just like a little bit of a wall here, kind of breaking up the map between I and S4. And the whole idea for Loda, I'd say, this game is kind of standard Loda stuff. He's not really a guy known for the hard carries. He wants to get active early on. Right. And his team needs to, as we kind of talk about the idea of this Chaos Sight. Let's go a little bit on to S4, but he's got the call, he's got the armor. Yeah,
that armor is ridiculous. Hanskin's coming in, he's got the K. Here comes Jerax, hooks up, double the K from Hanskin. S4, oh my gosh, that sword almost brought him down the Frostbite. Now Hanskin in trouble. Here comes No Tail as well. The Chaos Bolt, they want to bring down two. They should be able to get both of them. The Undying falls first, followed by the Dazzle second. Great TP's rotation from OG. And, oh man, S4 was maybe 10, 20 HP when that Soul Rip hit him. He is barely alive right now. Drying up though, and he's good to go.
Nice rotations there. As well, Loda just immediately heads bottom. Just needs more farm. Wants to get the Helm completely done. Try and get his team something going so maybe they can move into that early on Roche.
I gotta say, I like the Helm of the Dominator. I guess meta. I remember watching the three creeps just run around in the last game we watched with Faceless. There's just so many, the Waddles from the Ogre Frost Mage, the Wild Wing Ripper just running around the map. It's always fun to watch.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons like Doom, I think, is always a good hero to show like the just game sense and stuff from players, just to understand exactly that perfect creep that you need, and you just see them get, and you're like, oh, that makes so much sense this game. But right now, Jack's rotation, TP coming in, they are
Loda
in trouble.
Is up far. EGM will be dead first. A 3-second stun. He'll die before the duration of the stun wears off. Maybe not. Shadow Wave comes out. He's still alive. He has one more auto attack before death. Call will come through. Loda in trouble. Soul Rip comes out. They've dropped Hanskin's coming in. He doesn't have Tombstone. He's only got level 2 decay ready to go. Another stun. Meanwhile, they should be able to bring him down. He's low. No Tail can't quite get the kill. Reaper Scythe will bring him down. It's a 1-for-2 trade so far. No Tail will find a double before he dies. Flies now on the run. He's out of mana. He has 10 stick charges. Hanskin coming in, another decay. I don't know how far they dive this. No lasso available. There's the hook. Jarex gets it behind the tree line. S4 coming back in. Looks like they have the dunk ready for this. The call. There it is. Nicely done. 3 dead at the end of the day. OG take another great fight. Yes, they lose No Tail, but not that big of a deal.
That was close to going pretty poorly for them as well. Just where the rotations came through from Alliance, and Loda almost survived, but No Tail got him just before he went down. And the hook to really top it off there for OG, though. I guess still the net worth chart. Pretty riding high here from Loda, as well as our mid lane here on their Necrophos for Limp, but that nice little chunk there of just CK Axe and Storm looks pretty
Loda
good too.
top lane gets hooked by Jarex again. He did get off the whirling axes though, so there were some misses there from No Tail. The Reality Rift is there, and that's a dead hero. Jarex actually gets it done. The rod and the auto attack. So Loda's died like 3 times, and yet he's still pretty much at the top of the net worth chart somehow. I'm not sure if it's going to be that way for much longer, Trent, considering how this game is going for them, but well.
This is all. I guess the mid laner is not really getting too involved on either side right now. Just that one like scythe rotation down the bottom lane. To hop on into this one, but Anna's just been free to farm here, considering the rough lane he's had. Doing decently well overall in the net worth. He's gotten into those levels where he's safe from the Necrophos by a fair margin. Queuing up into the Bloodstone, as you'd expect.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a ways away, though, in terms of catching. Net worth isn't that great. Necros is about 500 more than his, and he's building into the 4 staff. So Necro should be doing okay. Limp's rotating top. They're maybe looking to contest. OG's backing away. No vision for OG that I can see. So it looks like they just know something's up. They know that the Necro's missing mid. They're going to back up together. And OG will just continue to jungle and plays the team for now.
This would have been a really nice fight from them to find, too, just because it would have been S4 probably into his Blink Dagger if they found a half-decent kill there. And a nice little acceleration, but don't want to risk anything. Want to make sure you can get it securely. OG, they'll just head back to farming for a while. No Tail just using that Reality Rift with the minus armor now. And it gives -7, so yeah, just constantly spamming on this dragon. Nice way to increase his own farm.
He's just going to blow people up later if he gets some items. The help of the rest of his team as well. S4 probably getting ganked. Jonas's lasso, and they should be able to bring him down. I think he's already used his call sword. No, he actually still has it.
Oh,
nice hook, maybe not. Jarex, that's what he's there for. The punch coming in. And another TP rotation, No Tail. Ball letting in Ana alone now. He's ball letting him back out. They drop the Tombstone. Booker Frost Mage walking up the stairs, waddling. Let me get in there. And that looks, I mean, I don't think they're going to dive this. The hook doesn't quite connect. Jarex has been on point, which is not that shocking. I mean, we've seen 2 really good pudges so far today. Black played a really good one earlier, and Jarex seems to be doing pretty damn well as well.
Let's get another one queued up here, but Limp should be okay.
Get it. Nah, they're too far. He can't find anybody. This has been a battling game. Everybody's getting involved. It's only 7-2, but that action back and forth like crazy. It's kind of nuts.
Jonas will find a little bit of reprieve, though. Yeah, that Blink Dagger soon.
Yeah, he's very close to it, and he needs it. Like, start getting those initiations. Call somebody before the fight even starts. I think that's a good way to deal with the CK, but he's pretty tanky. He's hard to bring down. Like, I don't even know if you could focus him. Like, how do you deal with... Like, this is what they were talking about in the draft. How do you deal with No Tail, especially when he gets bigger? He's already pretty big to begin with.
It's difficult, right? The blind is the best tool they have in terms of like staying alive, but it's like almost like delaying the inevitable. Right. Trying to bring down the solution.
So you're telling me there's nothing, as Hanskin's gonna die to him. Telling me that there's not really much they can do to note.
It's certainly not going to be easy. Let's say that. We all near a troll, guys. This is a nice pick.
Yeah, it's been working out pretty well so far. He's, what is his KDA? 4-1-2. They take down the tier 1 tower top lane. They're starting to be a bit more aggressive. And, well, Anna continues to get room to work with. He's up to his arcanes now. He's got a soul ring. His bloodstone is not that far off. Be getting there soon enough. He's actually now second in net worth despite getting blamed pretty hard against in that mid lane to start this game off. So he's actually ahead of the Necrophos, surprisingly. He's gotten a lot of room to work with. And they're going to split up the map.
So to be
going up top, they're going up bottom.
4 staff into Atos build here, at least currently looking like it for Limp. Of course, the death of Storm, we've so often talked about. due to the fact that he can get rooted. Perhaps Ember will suffer the same fate now that he's that slight change, but certainly this game, the Atos makes quite a bit of sense. Maybe that'll be enough for Limp to, if he can actually focus down the Storm by some miracle. Like maybe there's a jump in from the Storm, he doesn't know that the Necro's nearby, that just starts it off in some chain stuns. Maybe if they can allow the Lasso to get on top of No-Tail, it'll give them a better chance during these fights, but counter initiation play from JX as well as S4 just makes that so difficult.
Hanskin dead again? Oh,
mid lane.
There's a fight
Lasso.
happening. I think he's running there instead of actually trying to get that kill on the Hanskin. Reaper Scythe, see you later, S4. You're dead for 4 seconds. JRX is now running away as well. No-Tail's like, you're on your own. I'm not coming to that fight. Rolling axes, both ranged and melee. JRX Fireflied up.
Can they
dead.
Roche? I guess not. Only Helm.
Maybe not. They're not going to go for it. I think they want the tier 1 tower more importantly at this point.
Yeah, they
But
don't
that
have like
means-
any sort of minus armor really, at least any relevant kind.
They can take this pretty quickly with Battle Trance, which is up in 2 seconds. They don't really need it at this point. The glyph is already gone.
Oh, EGF got a medallion actually finished too. It's on its way.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
His middle tower has fallen.
Anna, wow, he is deep.
Dire's
That is,
tower is under attack.
there's a lot of heroes heading in his direction. But he's probably fine. They have no way of locking him down unless they'd like a Blink Blast, which is on cooldown for now. Anna just TP's away. No-Tail heads back to the top lane with his Helm of the Dominator. They should some nice damage onto this tier 2 tower. There are heroes coming in, so he's just going to hightail it out of there for the time being. All right. What do you think about this Atos build for Limp, though? It makes him pretty tanky, especially with Ghost Shroud and Dulce.
Yeah, I think currently
Really
it's
good
just
skill.
not that many different builds for Necro. It's like the Veil, or you can go the Blink into the Blink Veil, or sometimes in the Aghanim Scepter. It's just makes sense this game. No reason not to go to the Atos. It's gonna be very helpful against Axe and Pudge. Having a little bit of extra HP just in case you get caught out. Perhaps it'll be enough for you to get off that Force Staff. Jonas, got him.
Oh, not again. They have the call on top of it, too, just in case. Make sure he couldn't quite get away. Rolling Blade. No, EGM, I think you're dead, buddy. He doesn't have Grave. I don't think that would have saved him.
His middle
Oak was looking for Hanskin, couldn't quite find him. Necropost denies the tower mid in the meantime, but that's 2 dead. And now this tier 2 tower top lane is open to be pushed very easily. And this is without Ana there. He's just farming away. His Bloodstone is done. He's going Treads next.
0-0-0.
Yeah.
Typical mid player.
Not been involved
Mid
in
no
all this.
gank.
He's just playing the PvE game. I'll see you guys in like a year.
Yeah, it's time to get some charges, I would say, though. So,
Yeah.
what's he got for friends here? Everyone else is just ready to go. Like, the only cooldown that they have on their team is Phantasms, and that's gonna be more objective-based, or like if a shit hits the fan during a fight or something. Other than that, they're just basically always ready to go to give Anna a hand.
Look at this play from Alliance. They are going in deep
This would be
for
a
either a
great
gank
time
or a
to
tier
kill
2
him.
tower push.
Oh, if they killed Anna right here,
Radiant's bottom tower.
I don't know if they're going to find him. They don't have any vision. They're heading the opposite direction. If Anna were to walk into the jungle,
Dire's top
but
tower
he's heading
is
the
under
opposite direction. He's heading towards top and mid. So, looks like they're only just going to get the tier 2 tower out of this. Oh, there's this Dragonlance. I think Phantasm? He did. Okay, so he killed Phantasm. He's pushing the top tower. They're not defending it loks like, because OG is in the vicinity. They are walking up towards the mid lane, but they've also smoked.
is under attack.
one gone. Fly goes back to base. I actually
they're-
do think that was a great maneuver from Alliance, though. Like, they just knew that the way they come into their jungle, chances are they had tons of vision in there, which was true, they did. So they're putting a lot of focus up in the top lane. That's going to put them near Roche, yes, but they didn't go for it. And we're able to fully push down to their jungle, get a little bit of vision for ourselves, maybe track what Anna's up to if he's going to be farming, defend ourselves while we take that tier 2. And they get a trade that's favorable when they're that far behind.
I mean, a kill on Anna would have been huge there, but starting to get around the Roche pit here. A Satyr Tormentor is going to see what's going on. JRX goes for a blind hook. He can't find anything with it. And there's some posturing happening here by both teams. Sitting kind of towards mid, kind of towards this Roche pit. And it finally looks like Alliance is going to go back and just farm.
No, it's not often you have Bat Rider and you're like worried to go into the pit that much, but these days, Undying not as strong as he was in the pit before with the new changes. Bat Rider is like, he doesn't have his Force Staff yet, so it's still risky, and you're up against a Storm Spirit, a Pudge, and an Axe. Like, this is terrifying.
Yeah. If you don't have vision of the opposing team, you're going to get jumped pretty quickly. The Alliance elects to take the fight to the opposing team.
This must be their last smoke.
They need to get Anna. They need to find a lasso here, and they're going to find it. They bring him back, and they bring him down is the question. What a call by S4. That was insane, and Anna stays alive. He just gets a huge triple kill pretty much instantly. That wasn't even... Destroyed them. It wasn't even close. Hanskin's going to be next to fall. That was... They just wiped them off the back of a 3-man call. That is insane. Well, that's... probably not great.
Those are some hopes and dreams being completely dashed right there, guys.
Like you see that storm last year, like we got him, guys, and S4's like, nope, I don't think so. That's not happening.
More saves than Dazzle, that's for sure.
God.
The big plays coming out from S4. They absolutely annihilated themselves on that blade mail.
Yeah, that didn't feel very good, for sure. They lose the tier 2 tower. The good news is that they're not dead long enough for
Jarek's
them to
gonna fight
lose anything
EGM.
else.
Oh, he got
Yeah, that hook was pretty nice. I saw the tail end of it.
Dire's middle
They find the courier as well. I don't know where the courier died, but that's not great. They've lost just about everything. The net worth graph is now swinging up to 10,000 in favor of OG, and they just got a lot of map control by bringing that tier 2 tower mid down.
These OG guys are pretty good. Why don't I see them in any qualifiers? oh, they get directly invited everywhere. They must be pretty good at Dota. So weird.
Another quick look at that fight while we slow the game down a bit. I don't know, man. I'm tired, guys.
Tired guy?
Slacks, you came over at like midnight last night. You wanted to play a game of Dota and everybody went to bed. So shut up. Dumbass. Alright. Manta Sal done for no tail.
Plan just remains the same for Alliance, which is kind of the problem. Like, they just need to... They have to find some sort of a pick. I like the split pushing that Jonas is doing. This will help him get in towards his 4 staff. Is very close now.
Oh,
Same time, that's just going to be a freebie for a lot of this games.
He doesn't have
Dazzle
grave.
be it undying.
Even if he gets grave, it doesn't matter. He's gonna die one way or the other.
Oh,
There's
man,
just nothing he can do this game. EGM is in a rough spot.
I didn't even realize that Anna had gotten back in range. Like, when he bailed out of that fight, he had gotten back in range for all those Bloodstone charges. He's 19.
Okay, he's doing pretty well.
Yeah, I'd say that's okay.
Link lasso into Jerax, but here's the counter.
It's S4.
Ridiculous call into the freezing field, into the calling blade, 2 dead instantly. S4 is on point. This
It's a regen rune, by the way.
doing some serious work, and yeah, he's gonna keep going. Let me just ball lightning and kill EGM again. See you later. Bye.
All right, I'm
And
just checking.
double
There's no ward. That was just all from this ward. That was nice.
Yep. And it's high ground time. They're dead for 20 seconds. There's no lasso even when they're
Phantasms
alive.
and Manta.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Is there a towel around here?
I think their racks are going to stay alive for much longer. I have a feeling, Trent.
No.
God.
No lasso back or available when he comes back. Melee racks sure to fall here.
Yeah, I think they get both. They could back here if they want to be safe. No Tail still has some of the illusions up from his ultimate, and they'll get both. And they're going to head directly to top. It looks like they're not even really scared of a fight because lasso is down. Reality Rift, Jonas has to blink away. Hanskin can't really do anything. EGM's been dying pretty much nonstop. That hook almost hits up onto Limp, but this looks to be a pretty quick game number 1. The tier 3 tower is going to fall. Chaos Bolt, long range on a Limp. That'll stun him for seconds. Illusions will do the best they can do onto the racks, but they've already gotten the tier 3 tower. They've gotten the racks mid. They're getting a ton of gold. They now have a 20,000 net worth advantage, and it's 20-4 at 21 minutes for Trent. I don't really know what you can do here.
Did you actually just say it's 20-4? You couldn't even say it's 420. Like, what's wrong with you? How tired are you?
I'm tired.
Come on,
I'm really
get on the
tired,
ball
dude.
here. This is elimination mode. You got to be ready for these things. You know,
What do you want from
3-2.
me?
Just you got to go. That's how
You
these
should have
people
brought it
roll.
up then. It shouldn't be me. Why is it all on me? What's your issue,
I'm the
dude?
straight guy. I'm supposed
Why
to
are
be,
you
you
flicking
know,
at me?
I'm just supposed to be the flat out boring dude. You got to be
Thought we-
exciting, Mott. Come on.
God.
Let Slacks channel into you.
We had a good thing going this morning. You're ruining it.
I'm tired of your shit.
Fair enough.
Anyway, I can just hear Slacks.
the guy who had to
Slacks
change his
laughing
fucking
is
name.
fueling me, okay? I'm sorry.
All right, BKB now for... Oh, geez. They are chasing No Tail, and he is out of there. He juked into the roast pit and out of it. They use the Atos on him. They can't really kill him. They don't do any damage. Then they hook EGM, and now Anna's here ready to kill him. They missed the Coley blade, but they don't really need to worry about it. Limp gets jumped on by Anna. Now they use the pull. That'll be onto Loda. Dismember is up and ready to go. He's not going to use it yet. He's going to hook him instead. And Anna will clean up Loda. He'll die. Freezing Field from Fly because they really needed that extra damage, and that's game 1 in the books. And that's it.
He ends that with 47.8 mana regen with his 26 Bloodstone charges on Anna.
Well, that was something.
Oh, you-
Trent.
Been dead for so long. Unfortunately, though, you won't get to see him in our next game because this isn't a best of 1. This is not a 2-game series. It's a best of 3. 30 heroes already gone. We just knocked off a bunch more, and we'll see who's left in the pool.
Thanks for explaining that situation, Trent.
No problem. Got it covered.
An absolute pleasure. That's game number 1 in the books. Pretty quick game number 1. We'll have a quick ad break, and then we'll jump back in with our rowdy panel for game number 2. Stick around, guys.